Hi guys! So I was asked to record a video about fasting. So here I am talking about fasting. Let me say from the beginning that I'm not an expert in it. I can just share my experience. It is very important that you check with your doctor and that you are super healthy before you decide to go for a fast intermediate or I don't know 1 to 3 days fasting. And if you're pregnant, if you have any health conditions, if you are breastfeeding your baby, nothing else comes to mind right now. But if there is anything that makes you feel like, how do I say that, not totally safe, please check with your doctor. Actually, if you're not healthy, then you shouldn't actually be fasting. That being said, also, if you are a Vata constitution, um, well, fasting isn't really recommended for Vatas because it brings your Vata out of balance. And well, if you are in the workout industry, in the yoga industry, if you are a yoga practitioner, a yoga teacher, very probably you might be a Vata constitution. Not necessarily. The best yoga teachers are actually Kapha Pitta or Pitta Kapha or anything like that, but most of the yoga teachers that I've met so far are mainly Vata Pitta or Pitta Vata. So if you have a lot of Vata in your constitution, fasting is not recommended. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be doing it. I am Vata Pitta, obviously. I know my Vata is very obvious. I'm a Vata Pitta and I am fasting because basically my reasons for fasting are important, and also because I know how to bring my Vata back to balance after. So if you have a lot of Vata, your Vata will very probably get out of balance. But your Vata gets out of balance from a stressful situation as well. So it's important to know how to bring it back into balance. So that being said, if you know all the benefits of fasting, there are so many benefits of fasting. The reason that I'm doing it for is basically to give a break to my intestine, to give a break to my Agni, my digestive fire, that is basically always working. If you know the benefits of it, then you will want to do it. If it is tough for you to do it, it means that your reasons for fasting are not strong enough. It's always like that. If we really want something, then no matter the pain, we will do it, right? So my reasons for fasting are: one, health. I like to give a break basically to my system, and the second reason is meditation. Meditation and my connection to my guides gets better, I've realized, if I'm fasting. So how I started with it? Well, I'm a yoga teacher. Every yogi I know does it. So that was my reason. I know it's ridiculous. I know it's the herd mentality. I know it all. Thinking back, I understand it. At the time, it was important enough to start. After I went on fasting for the reasons that I mentioned. The most important of them being meditation. And I started by intermediate fasting, which is pretty common. I think in the fitness world anyways. I don't do intermediate fasting anymore because basically it was unhealthy for me being a Vata, so I do it at some periods and then I go to normal Vata eating of eating when I'm hungry. Of course, not late at night, otherwise the food won't get digested, but I don't wait until 11, 12 in the morning to eat my first meal. It depends on how I feel, so I basically follow my body unless I'm preparing for a fast. So I would advise you to start with intermediate fasting, meaning eating between, for example, 11 a.m. And 6 p.m., something like that, or even shorter if you can. Or if it is too tough, then I don't know, even longer period of eating, you adjust, but start with intermediate fasting. And then you can continue with 1 day fast, 24 hours. So the first time I did this, I think I chose this 1 day starting in the afternoon and then until the afternoon of the day after, because it was just easier to sleep, to just be asleep over a part of it. So that helped. And it helped mentally as well, because I did 24 hours of fasting, right? And then once you have done 1 day, you can move on, and that's okay, and you feel okay. Next time you can move on to 2 or 3 days. I have never done more than 3 days, so I cannot advise you for more than that. I know others that have. It hasn't come to my experience, so I don't know what to say about that. What else? Yes, drinking water. Very important to keep on drinking water whenever you are thirsty, because the food we eat has water. Because of that, you might be more thirsty than normal. So please drink water whenever you are thirsty. But do not believe the bullshit of you have to drink so much water, because every constitution is different, every physical body is different. There is no one rule for anything. How can there be one rule for the whole population on earth when it comes to water? So according to ayurveda, we do not drink if we're not thirsty, because we have to allow our body to ask for it, right? Otherwise, we're just overflowing our body, and our body is so smart. We should just be able to listen to it and to give it what it needs. That's all. It's as simple as that, with eating as well, actually. So drink a lot of water during the whole fasting. So I've been asked about juice fasting and water fasting. I've done both. I used to think that juice fasting would be easier. Maybe it is at some level, I don't know. I prefer water fasting instead of juice fasting, but check what works for you, and yeah, just adjust according to your needs. So I think this is all I needed to say about fasting. Let me know if you have any questions, and I send you so much love as always, and take care.